Hi, and welcome to this exciting course on vibe coding with Replit. I am Kunal Jain, founder and CEO of Analytics Vidhya, and I think it is one of the most exciting courses which I have this opportunity to present to all of you. So let's start with understanding what is vibe coding. And I'm sure you might have heard this term, but don't worry if you have not. So, what is vibe coding? So, vibe coding is a term was coined by Andre Karpathy in Feb 2025. And Andre Karpathy is one of the greatest leaders in AI and ML space. So, if you don't follow him, you should definitely follow him. But the idea was that what Andre Karpathy was suggesting was that in future you would let llms write the code and you'll just guide them based on how you're feeling, your vibe about that code or that application. So in a way you're moving away from building applications by writing code to actually writing it with help of ai through a very natural language interface and prompts. So you don't need to know anything about coding. You don't need to even validate the code. So what you're doing is you're giving the prompt to the model. It is giving you the code and you are giving it feedback as a user. You don't need to know any coding to do vibe coding. And that's the beauty of this. So that was what Andre Karpathy coined as vibe coding. And it is going to be the future of building POCs or applications, small applications, and it enables a huge amount of opportunities which people can take. So anyone who was not knowing coding historically can now use vibe coding to build their own applications, showcase what they want to build to different stakeholders, and that's the opportunity which this course would enable you to do. So as far as vibe coding is concerned, don't worry, you don't need to know coding. All you need to do is be good at prompting LLMs, explaining what you want to do, and the LLMs would do all the hard work. So let's get started. And as I mentioned, this is great for building prototypes. It's great for building internal tools or any kind of automations. And you'll see this during the rest of the course. So let's understand what does the process of building prototypes look like, how it used to look like historically, and what does it look like with vibe coding. So if you have been involved in any application development, you would see that typically you would need to start by identifying an area or a need which you need to solve or which you want to solve as a application, right? So I want to contact a lot of customers, so I need a crm to actually help me do that. I have a lot of expenses on my credit card. I want an application which clusters them and sorts them. That's the application I want. So you start with an idea, you validate that idea whether that's a good idea or not. If it is for personal use, that's anyway validated. But if you are building an application, if you are building a new product, you would validate it. Now, historically, once that stage is crossed, you sit down and write a document which is called as product requirement document or PRD. This PRD is expected to be a dump of all the things you want this application to do, which currently sits in your mind, which you can hand it over to a developer who can then build this application, right? So you create this PRD. It's typically a very involved process, but it is also very critical to do this really well. You then design the application, develop it, and then someone in the DevOps team moves that to production. Now, if you see, step 1 to step 6 is a huge investment in terms of time, efforts, resources before you actually get any feedback from the user. And that is what changes with vibe coding. So in vibe coding, what you do is, because your step 1 to step 5 are actually getting merged. So what you do is essentially you define the idea in detail to an agent or to a LLM, And then, if it is a simple product, you could actually build a prototype straight with the help of this agent or a LLM. If it is more complex, it needs some complex coding, then it can still provide you assistance and help you build this application overall. So, step 1 to 5 actually collapses into two very simple steps, and then you can put it in production and get the user feedback very quickly. So what this does is it accelerates the entire cycle. It empowers the people who actually did not have coding background to build applications. Just a word of caution, this is still something which is developing and developing very fast. It is not something which is ready right now to build full fledged applications or very complex applications. So it's great to do POCs, great to showcase concepts, but not ready for building production grade applications which are seeing a lot of users and which see a lot of complex logic. With that, let's move forward and try and understand why this interest, or how did we reach at this stage, right? So first thing which has happened in the last 12 to 18 months is that LLMs, or large language models, have actually got to a very high accuracy in understanding codes and writing codes. So what it means is, today LLMs can write codes which are almost 80 to 90% there, and that has helped a lot. Along with that, we have seen a emergence of multi-agent systems, where one agent is essentially orchestrating a range or a series of agents depending on the need. So let's say I am talking to an agent. I tell them to perform a task which involves multiple steps. Step one is to browse the internet to understand and do some research. Step two is to build an application based on that, and step three is to test it. Now, a single agent can actually break it down into these three parts and involve three different agents to actually do this. So, what this enables us to do is have complex workflows executed via agents, right? So, now LLMs were able to write good code. Agents are further able to break complex problems into small problems. And then finally, the big breakthrough was that the context windows for LLMs, or the information which you can provide to these LLMs in prompts, has increased significantly, so that you can pass on the entire code into these LLMs. What this enables us to do is, let's say I'm facing an error, I can just pass the entire code to LLM, and I can say that find the error in this without actually coding it. And that's where the entire unlock of vibe coding happens. What this enables us to do is it enables us to build applications in hours and not just weeks, which leads to a lot of cost savings and speed gains. So something which I was able to build in a few weeks, with help of vibe coding, I can actually build it in a few hours. And that's what actually is driving this craze, and its opportunity unlock for anyone who can do vibe coding. And because of this, I personally think that a lot of SaaS products, which were simple products, but still difficult to build at your own end, right? So, a simple, let's say, product which tracks my expenses. Earlier, I would take a SaaS product and sign up for it, give a subscription fee. Today, I can actually build it in a few hours and use it, and I can customize it to my needs. I can customize it to exactly how I want this application to be used. And that's why the entire SaaS industry is going to go through a transformation in the coming years. Coming back, so there are different tools which you can use for vibe coding. You see the logos of some of these tools, and each of these tools has a very simple interface. When you open it, you will be able to see it very simply. On one side, you have agents, on the other side, you have the application. But let's try and understand a bit more about each of these tools. So, if you are a non coder, someone who doesn't understand the code at all, The tools which would be the most helpful for you are Lovable and Replit. So these are two tools which are very friendly to use. They are meant for people who don't know coding background as the primary customers. So you can just give a prompt in natural language. They'll do all the backend work. They'll set up the application on cloud and they'll give you the result. You don't need to worry about any permissions. You don't need to worry about any structure. They are just there to get you started in a frictionless manner. If you are a coder, then there are more sophisticated tools, specifically Bolt and Windsurf. And again, these are essentially for people who have some familiarity with coding. So you may not be a pro coder, but you understand what coding is. At times needed, you could go and make changes to a few files. Then these two tools help you a lot. And finally, if you are full-fledged coder who was, let's say, a software developer or who has worked on complex applications, tools like VS Code and tools like Cursor are the code tools which you can use. They are brilliant to actually increase your productivity multiple folds. Specifically for this course, we will be using Replit. As I said, for this course, you don't need to know any coding. During the course, we'll actually build multiple applications using Replit, and you'll see the fun and the beauty in it.
Just a quick note, Analytics Vidhya has 100 plus free courses from beginner to advanced on topics like machine learning, generative AI, agents, etc. Complete with certification. Click the I button to explore now.
In the video, we saw what is vibe coding and different tools which are available for vibe coding. In this particular course, we'll use Replit to build a few applications so that you get an understanding of what you can do and the opportunities which vibe coding unlocks. So to do that, let's start with the history of Replit itself, right? So Amjad Masad, who is the founder of Replit, started this as an open source prototype in his college days to solve the problem of setting up coding environments, right? So historically, this was a huge problem. Depending on the environment, you would need to define the variables, and usually if one library gets an update, you will go through challenges and mismatches. So that was the problem Amjad was trying to solve. And that is what was start of Replit in 2008. In 2016, Replit pivoted from a browser only to a cloud-based execution. So till that time, they were only a browser-based application. And this enabled the foundation of Replit as we know today. In 2022, Replit launched Ghostwriter, which was an AI-powered coding assistant. So this was almost a few months after ChatGPT came out. Replit launched their own coding assistant with the power of LLMs. And the idea was, I think they could see this future coming and they wanted to enable it. In 2023, Ghostwriter was relaunched as Replit AI. By this time, it had enhanced capabilities, it could do a lot better. And in 2024, Replit.ai launched Replit Agent. And this agent is what we'll be using in our program or in our course. And this is a natural language interface. You just describe what you want. The agent goes at the back, sets up the project, sets up the structure of the project, different files, different libraries, different programming languages without you even knowing about them. And that's what is the beauty of vibe coding, right? So just a bit more about Replit. It creates app and workflows with a very simple visual interface. On the right hand side of the screen, you see what the current homepage of Replit looks like. And as it says, you can use Replit to turn your ideas into apps. You don't need any programming skills, just drag, drop, and configure, or you can just click around and you'll be able to find the interface very quickly. It's very helpful to do instant prototypes, automate tasks, which we have already discussed before. right? So what does a typical workflow for vibe coding look like? So you start with what you want to achieve or the outcome. So this is in some sense defining what this application should be, what are its features going to look like, and you supply this as a prompt. For example, let's say if I want to build an expense tracker for myself, I would say, uh, build me an application to track my expenses. I would want these expenses to be classified as, let's say, recurring expenses versus one time expenses. And then in what category, how much expenses am I doing? And maybe classify them as, expenses which are required, or these are more voluntary, and so on and so forth. So you describe what you want to build in the prompt. Once you have done this, the LLM or the copilot or the agent goes back and generates the code. It then runs this code for you and observes it. It will, at its own end, do a few iterations. Once it feels confident, it will tell you to go and look at the code. Typically at this stage, you would test it as a user. You'll see a few errors, you'll see a few challenges. At the current level of sophistication, usually you will see errors. It's very rare that you will get an application right in the first time. So what you do is you guide the agent through the challenges you are facing. For example, in the expense tracker, I might be seeing that some buttons are not working or some buttons are missing. So now I would talk to the agent and say that, hey, this button is missing or this button is not working as it is expected to be. And you iterate with the agent to evolve this application. And once you do this over time, you build this application with different prompts and different iterations. So what you can see already is there is a lot of focus on making sure that your prompt is good, and then you do a lot of testing as a user to make sure that this agent understands the challenges and areas of improvement in the application. So that's what we'll need to do in vibe coding, and we'll pick up the first project. So let's start with building a sketchpad or a drawing web app. So that's the first project which we'll do. So now let's move over to Replit.
So now we have come to the Replit dashboard. By using this particular website, particular platform, we can build complete applications without any coding. There is a free version of Replit as well as there is a paid version. I am currently using the pro version, but to start with, you can also try your hands on with the free version so that you can get an idea how to create a complete application. However, if you move to the pro version later on, you can also use this application for more features, like you can deploy your app, you can customize the links, you can get more checkpoints, the agent will iterate your ideas more. These are the features, but to begin with, we can definitely start with the free variant only. So now here you can see the option of login and sign up. So if you are a first time user, you have to click on sign up. Because I have already joined this particular platform, I will just go in login. I will just enter my user ID, whatever is my user ID. Or if you have linked in with Google, you can simply click continue with Google, and then you will log into your dashboard. So now you can see that it is helping me to enter to this Replit platform, and now you can see a complete interface of it, right? So first of all, it will ask you the question, what do you want to make? In this particular lecture, we are going to create a drawing pad. So let's try to enter a prompt. So now I have a basic prompt in my mind, right? So just imagine using Replit as a conversation tool, right? Here you don't have to think a lot about coding. You just have to tell, just like you tell your friends, I want this particular feature in my application, I want this particular feature. Same things you have to tell here. The agent will automatically understand, decode it, and then start developing your application in the real time. So for example, here if I tell that, okay, I am looking for a complete painting pad, right? Scribble web app. So I have given is a basic prompt that build a painting scribble web app using vanilla HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Core features, what are the core features what I want? Create a drawing area, allow users to draw freely on the canvas, add a color picker, add a brush slider. Then I will give additional instruction like that. I want the following buttons: clear canva, which can clear the entire drawing, undo last stroke. These features you must have used if in case you have used this particular kind of pad in the past or in your childhood days. Then download drawing so that you can save the feature. And then there are some additional fun features: allow user to change the background color or set a background image, implement a rainbow mode where the brush color continuously changes while drawing. These are the fun features. And then you can give the design guidelines: keep the UI clean, minimal and playful, similar to a paint palette. Ensure that the app is responsive so that it works on different screen size. And the goal is to make a fun and functional digital drawing board that works in modern browsers. Now understand two things. Number one, if you're good enough to give a prompt, you can write the prompt here itself. Sometimes what happens that because there are few of the learners who are at the beginner level, so at that point of time you don't need to write the complete prompt. Simply you can go to ChatGPT, just enter that I want to create such kind of application, give me a prompt which I can give to Replit. So it will give you more structured prompt. So that help also you can take. So now I have written the whole prompt. I will start chat. So now when I have started building this app, the agent have now started thinking. The agent is thinking what to do. It will give you a complete plan. So whenever you are giving the prompt for the very first time, the Replit will understand the whole concept, the vision, the idea, the thought process of yours, and then it will try to give you complete suggestion. It will give you a complete roadmap that okay, these are the roadmap. So it has given already a name. You can see here on the screen, Creative Sketcher. And then it has given you some initial version features that a vanilla JavaScript painting skill web app with canvas drawing, color picker, brush controls and mobile touch support. Then interactive canvas, color picker, brush size slider, then clear canvas button to reset the drawing area. Then it has given you some more features if you want, and then later on it has said ki okay, if you want some other features. So now you can see all the features here. It has also provided you the option to remove. So if in case you don't want any other feature, like for example you don't want one feature out of these, like for example touch support for mobile and tablet device, if you don't want, you can simply remove, right? Or else if you want to add, you can add. So this is how you can change your initial prompt as well. The moment you are satisfied with the initial version features, you can approve, plan and start. If you want to add a feature, you can click here, keep chatting, and then give more prompt. The agent will understand and it will start incorporating those. However, at this point of time, I am satisfied with all the features. So I will just simply click approve, plan and start. So now the agent is working real time. Just imagine, gone are the days when you had to be super dependent on a tech coder to develop your application. You have to develop a complete project requirement, then you sit with them, then you have to tell the vision, then there are so many differences in UI UX. You can do all the things here. The best part about these applications, for example Replit, Windsurf, Lovable, is that today you can create a complete prototype. Tomorrow, let's say if you have to create an application, you have to test into the market that okay, whether my idea would be successful or not. You can create a complete working prototype here, take it to your friends, take it to your mentors, take it to your investors, take feedback on that. Or for else, let's say you have a kid at home, you want to create some application. Let's say you want to create a chemistry lab, you want to create a drawing pad, what we are trying here, you want to create some other app, you can build here. Tomorrow, let's say you want some application for your productivity enhancement, like you want to create an app to to-do list, you want to create an app for minutes of meeting. You can create all these things in these kind of applications. Now we have given a prompt, it is working in real time. It will tell us when the app will be ready. The agent is already working. You can see in the right, it is showing preview will be available soon. The agent is working. So now the agent has started developing your app. It will take around, let's say 7 to 8 minutes, depending on the prompt, depending on the complexity level. If the app is quite complex, it might take around 15 minutes. If the prompt is easy, the app is basic, it might take 3 to 4 minutes only. So we will just check it once the first version is ready here. And then we will see how to make more changes in the particular app. So now you can see the first version is ready in front of you, Paint and Scribble, and it has given you a update that I have created a vanilla JavaScript painting Scribble web app with canvas drawing capabilities. The app includes the following. These are the features which we mentioned in the starting. Now we have to test it. So the bigger problem with applications or tools like Replit as of now is that you have to debug, because there are few things which you have to test and you will find ki, okay, this feature is not working. So let's see it once. So for example, now if we see, this is the complete application it has created. It has given me the option of tools, and then it is an eraser. And let's say I am picking one color, let's say red. Red I have picked. I'm trying to draw something. Okay, so let's say I'm trying to draw a tree. So this is a red color, then I want to take a green color here. So it has, so I can just do my painting. Then let's say I want to create a sun here, so I can just make a circle and all these things. Now, because if you remember, we told the tool to provide us a rainbow mode. So now there is a rainbow mode. If I am now see, now the moment I'm drawing, it is changing the color in the real time. And that is what we said, that in the rainbow mode, we want that if we do anything, it should change the color in the real time, right? And similarly, if we want to change some background, if I want to take a brown background, or let's say I want to take a different color, so I can just set an image. Okay? If I can also pick an image and upload it from my library. Now it is able to do all the things. Now I want to clean this pad, so I will just simply click clear. The moment I click clear, it is clearing everything, and now it has given me the different background which I already selected here. Now let's say I want a red background, and I will click clear, so it will now give me red background. So all the feature which we provided is giving me more or less the right functionality. But if you see, there is no white color here. Now this is the challenge. How can I draw something, let's say, on a black background? I cannot draw because I want white color. So I have to give the instruction to the agent now. I cannot see white color, due to which I am unable to work on a darker background. Also, let's say you want some other feature. For example, you want to create a shape. You want a square, you want a circle. So now you feel ki, okay, if I have to draw something, I want some basic shapes. So I can also give that instruction. Also provide me the option to enter few basic shapes like circle, square, etc. So now these are the two additional features which I want. So I have given this prompt to the agent. Now the agent is thinking. You can see it is working real time, thinking, and now it is saying I will add a white color to the palette and implement basic shape drawing tools as well. And now it is integrating and implementing these features. So the good thing is that you can use the version what you have created, see if you want some additional features, or if some feature is not working, you tell that to the agent, and the agent will make the changes in real time. So now, because we have given some feedback to the agent, it is working on our messages, and it will now provide another version of our application. So now here we can see it is thinking and working in real time, and now it is preparing for the next version of the application. So now we can see it has given us another update, that it has updated your painting application with the requested features. It has added white color to the palette. Now you can see in the right, there is a white color option as well. It has also added basic shapes, circle, rectangle, line. You can see here in the tools, it has added those basic shapes, and all these shapes support color picker, rainbow mode, and size settings. So these are the features which we have got now. So let's try to use these features now. So let's say I want to take a darker background, just like I took it in the last time. Let's say we take a red background or a dark everything, and we have set it. And if we clear the current background, it will give the new background as the red one. We will select white, so we can draw something of white color. You can see the white color is now very much visible on the screen. Now if I want to create, let's say, a sun, I have created a round figure. Now I am unable to move this, right? So I have to give the prompt again that, okay, I am unable to move the shapes I select. So now I'm just doing a conversation with the tool, right? I'm not coding. I come from a management background. I do not know even the ABC of coding, but still I'm able to build. The size of the tools is possible. You can create a bigger square, smaller square, but you are unable to move it. So I am unable to move the shape I select. Please provide that functionality.
So if you click here, now it will again revamp your application. So this is how you can use the agent to incorporate any new changes. Let's say if some button is not working, you are unable to click on undo, you are unable to click on clear, or the function is not working. You just have to simply give that instruction that okay, this particular button is not working, please enhance that. The agent will go in the code, it will read it, what is the challenge, it will solve it for you. So you just have to test it again and again. Whenever you are creating any basic application, you don't have to make a lot of changes. You just have to test it once. All the features which are not working, you just have to give the instruction to the agent. The agent will debug the whole application, the whole code, and then it will give you a enhanced version of your application. And once you are ready with all the changes, like for example, we have given few more instruction to this particular app, so let's wait so that it can incorporate all these changes as well, and then we will probably deploy the application. So I will also teach you how to deploy and make it live. So here now I can see that it has given me an updated message again that I have added save selection movement functionality to your painting apps. Add select move tool pointer icon. Click on the shapes to select them, and then you can move. So whatever feature we wanted, it has now given. Let's try to test it out now. So for example, if I have selected a circle, I have created some circle. Now can I move it? So I click the pointer tool. I can click on pointer tool and then I can move these. So if you remember, in the last version, this pointer tool was not available, because of which I was not able to move the shapes. Now I can move the shapes. I can create shapes, and if I want, I can move them just by pointing a cursor over it, and then I can do the function. Now you can understand how the agent is understanding your thoughts and enhancing the application every time you want. So similarly, if you are creating any app, you have to give the basic prompt in the first level. Then with every version, you just have to give the instructions that okay, these are the changes I want, these are the features I want, these are the options which are not working. And once you are satisfied with your application, you can see an option of deploy here. So here you have to click on deploy. It will give you few options. I guess auto scale is recommended because it auto scales as per the users increases. Just like you have to set here, set up your deployment, what are the number of machines. Again, this is more or less auto set. So it is more of a feature where you can see, okay, if let's say there are 10,000 users who are using this application versus 10 users. So if there are less numbers of users, you can select a lesser power. If you feel that, okay, my application is to be used by a lot of people, you can increase the power, and then you can just approve and configure build settings. Here you can just give a domain. What is the domain name you want? So let's say you want to name it as creative sketcher, or let's say you want to name it as paint and scribble, and whatsoever is the name, you can just finalize the name. It is showing that it is available, and then you can just simply click on deploy. The moment you click on deploy, it is now preparing you for the final deployment of the app. So now it is preparing, it will do all the things. The meaning of deployment here is that your app is ready to be shared. As of now, the app is in the developer mode. You are making changes, but other people cannot use it. But the moment you deploy it, now you can see it is deploying everything on its own. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to go to coder to deploy it. It is doing everything on its own. You can see it has done all the provision, build is already done, bundle is already done. Now it is just doing the final installations, and then the app is good to go. So let's just see how it comes out to be, and what is the final outcome of our application. So it is just doing the final promotion. It takes like around 1 to 2 minutes to deployment, and once the app is finally deployed, you will see a link which is shareable. You can share that link, people can use that application and then do all the tasks here. Let's wait for a couple of minutes and then see the final output of our complete application. So now you can see it has completed all the process of deployment. And if there are two cases here, number one, it will be successfully deployed and you can just share that link to use that application for your use or for your friends or family members use, or else it will showcase you this message that okay, it has failed to deploy the application and there are some challenges. Maybe there is some error, there is some tech bug. You will just simply click on debug with agent. It will debug all those things, and then it will showcase here that you have successfully deployed this application. And the best part is that after it has been successfully deployed, you can create and you can follow this link and you can just share it with anyone and everyone whom you want to share this particular app, right? So this is how we have created the complete basic kind of application. Next, let's try to learn another project a little bit more complex for your better understanding. And now we are going to increase the complexity a little bit more. You all understand that in the fast running modern world, you have to attend a lot of meetings today. There are some virtual meetings, there are some in-person meetings, and with every meeting you want to keep the notes of it. So in this particular lecture, what we are trying to build a MOM generator to track all the records of your meetings, to create the notes for the same, and we will take the help of Replit to create a no code application which you can use for your productivity enhancement. So let's try it out. Already we have seen the platform Replit, so let's go to Replit. Again, the interface is there where it is asking me what do you want to make. First of all, I have to give the prompt. Just like I told in the previous lecture as well, there are two ways of giving the prompt. Number one, you can write the complete prompt by yourself, or if you want to make it more structured, go to ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT that, okay, I'm creating an application on Replit. I want to create a minutes of minute generator, and I want you to give me a complete prompt which I can provide to Replit for my application. So I have already written that prompt. You can see that I want to create a MOM generator. Prompt is there. Create a minutes of meeting generator app using HTML, CSS and JavaScript with optional use of backend in Python if required. So what all features I need here? First is that I need front-end feature where I can enter the meeting details, input form, date and time of the meeting, meeting title, number of attendees, what are the agenda, what are the discussion points, what are the actionables. What are the buttons I need? Generate OMM, download as PDF, reset. How should my output looks like? Clean printable layout of the meeting summary, then header, agenda, discussion, action items. What are the backend features? Store past meeting minutes in JSON file or lightweight database and send me the MOM via email as well. How I want the design to be? Clean and professional UI, then responsive layout, tools I have given. So I have given the initial prompt to create such application. I have clicked on create app. Now the agent is taking its own time to understand what exactly I want. It is trying to provide me a complete plan to create the application. So it is creating, you can see it is telling you in real time that I will create a plan for a minutes of meeting generator app. This is a comprehensive web application that will help users create, manage and export professional meeting minutes. Now you can see it is giving you some plan as well, what all features. So you can see how the initial version would look like. It is telling you, okay, these are the features you want, all the features it has given, whatever features we have given him as input. Then later on the agent can work on the added features, that these are the backend things. So this is how you can see all the features are already here. If you're okay, well and good. If you're not okay, you can edit it. But if you're satisfied, you can just click approve plan. The moment you create approve plan, the real time MOM generator is happening. You can see in the right hand side that this is a visual preview of your app. The agent is currently working a fully interactive version. You can see the complete features and it is creating your app. Just imagine these kind of apps used to take hours and weeks to build. But here with the help of Replit, you can create complete application. What is the most important task? Whenever you want to create any application, the most important focus should be on how you are giving the prompt. Because if the prompt is good, the agent will understand what exactly you want in the right way and it will create the application with the minimum number of errors. Now you can see it is creating your application real time. It is adding all the features. You can see the visual display, and it is considering all the options, determining next option. You can see in the left the agent is working. You have just given single prompt what exactly you want and the agent has started working on the application based on what you need, based on your thought process, based on your understanding and based on your requirements. Now the application will be created in few minutes and we will see how the output looks like for the first version. Okay, so now you can see after waiting for like good 5-7 minutes, it has created the first version of the application. You can see all the things the agent has done for you. You can see I have completed the minutes of meetings generator app with the requested features. Meeting details are there, dynamic attendee management, agenda items, action items, real-time preview, PDF download, professional responsive UI, backend API, form validation, reset functionality. Now our task is to use this application, see if there are some bugs, some options are not working or some additional feature we want. So let's see. If I am just entering test meeting, I am saying that okay, this meeting is on 24th. I am setting the time as let's say 11:30 a.m. What is the location? Let's say it's a Zoom meeting or it's a conference room. Let's say this meeting will be held in a conference room. Data tag. Who all are the attendees here? We will just name, let's say ABC. He's from finance department, and I have to add more attendees. Let's say XYZ, who is from marketing department. Let's say we add one more person, PQR, who is from, let's say, operations department. These are the people which we want in the particular meeting. Now, what are the agenda items? Let's say we are putting that fix all the operational challenges, build the strategy for next month. So we are just testing if our application is working fine. Action items, if there are additional action items, if I want to assign some task, let's say I want to assign a work to, let's say Pritam, and what is the due date? The due date is let's say 27th of June 2025. Now I have to create a meeting. So if you can see, it has created a live preview of my meeting. Test meeting is there, attendees are these are the agendas and everything. And now if I generate MOM, so now see, these are the challenges of vibe coding. So if I created generate MOM, the button is not working. If I click on reset, it is resetting all the information. If I have to download the PDF, it is downloaded, but this button is not working. So I will give the prompt to the agent. The generate MOM button is not working properly. So the moment I give this prompt, the agent by itself relook into the complete code, understand. Now you can see, I can see the form validation is failing. Let me check the form validation issue and fix the generate MOM button. I need to debug the form validation issue. So the agent by itself is searching what is the challenge. So earlier what used to happen, if a technical coder has wrote something, he or she has to go through the complete code to see where the challenge is, where the bug lies. But here you have just given a single line prompt that the generate MM button is not working. The agent is going through the complete code, understanding, decoding, fixing, and then providing you a enhanced version of the application. So now the agent is working in the backend to see what is the challenge, why this button is not working. And now it is just telling you, I can see the preview section already exists as a card component. Let me fix the form validation issue. And it is automatically saying what are the other challenges, if you can reschedule. So now after you are satisfied with all the features here, you can also give instruction to add more features. Like for example, you can just give a feature that I want to email all the attendees, or I want to add the feature where all the attendees are getting the MOM by itself. Or you can just give another feature that I want to schedule 3 meetings in advance. So any feature you want to incorporate, you can just talk to the agent and give those instructions. So now you can see in the real time, the agent is showing that I have fixed the generate MOM button. What were the issues? It is telling you fixed infinite re-render loop in the form validation, add proper toast notification for success validation, improved form validation with specific error message, added visual feedback when the MO is generated. Now the button is working. Let's try it again. So let's say the meeting is test 2. The time is, let's say this time 11:45 a.m. The location is, let's say this time it is Zoom. The attendees are again ABC from marketing department. The another attendee is PQR from finance department, and so on and so forth. What are the agenda items? We can just check, develop the strategy for the month, and then you will just click if there are any action items. You have assigned some work to, let's say, Diksha, which has to be completed by 25th of June and by this particular year. Now you click on generate MM. Now there is again validation error. So we have to reiterate it again. Please fill in the required fields. Now we have to see if there is some required field which is missing here. There is some task which is pending, but there is something which is missing. So I cannot see that. So if I'm creating generate MOM, it is showing validation error. So I have to tell whenever I am clicking on generate MOM, it is saying validation error. Please fill in the required fields, but all fields are already entered. So this is the prompt we have given to the agent. The agent will again rethink, fix the issue. Sometimes it can become a little frustrating, or you can say blessing in disguise, where you have to retest again and again so that your app can fully functional. But a very good platform, a very good tool to make prototypes, to create MVPs, to create productive enhancement applications. You just have to give the right prompt to the agent, just test it couple of times, debug it, retest it. That can take a little bit of time, but the output you will get will be any day, anyhow, way faster than what you will get from a complete tech team role. But again, when you scale it, then definitely there can be scalability issues, there can be some other challenges, there can be some security issues where you need the help of a tech person. But for the initial level or for the basic application, for the prototype, I feel that these tools are very, very helpful today. So now it has debugged the button. What are the issue? Now let's see if we are able to function. So again, test meeting 3. The date is here. The timings are here. The location is, let's say, conference room this time. Attendees, ABC, and finance department, then PQR from marketing department, agenda items, again let's say one is XYZ agenda items, action items. We have allocated some work to Ashok, which has to be completed by 29th of June or 30th of June. Now we click on generate success. Minutes meeting generated successfully. You can now download the video. So this time it has created the minutes of the meeting successfully. It has downloaded some PDF. Let's open that PDF and it is showing the tasks. So this is how you have to test it again and again. So you can try it out. If you want to give some additional features, you want to enhance the UI, you can just talk to the agent, incorporate those changes, and once you are satisfied with the application preview, you can go for the deploy so that you can just make it live, which can be shareable. So let's say the name of this application is MOM generator. So MOM generator is already there. The name is available. You just click on deploy. It is preparing. So you can see the complete deployment is also happening. It has given you the first step of provision. It has given you the second step of build. Then it will go to the bundle, and then the final link will be generated, after which you can share that link within your team, within your colleagues, to track all the meetings, to track all the summaries of the important discussions, and that application can enhance your productivity and efficiency. So this is what you have learned here. In the previous video, you have learned the basic application. In this particular video, you have learned to create a little complex application. You could see that there were some teething challenges. Once you were seeing the button was not working, so you had to tell it to the agent again. But then at the end of the day, it successfully incorporated those changes as well. So I hope here you have understood how to create a complete app using Replit. In the next video, we will try to see a more complex kind of application. So now you can see the production status of this application. It has been successfully deployed. The domain is this. Now you can click on this domain, and you can see the moment you click on this domain, the application is right there in front of you. This link you can also deploy within your own organization website, or you can share this link particularly among your colleagues, and this link can be used by anyone and everyone. So this is how you can create complete applications. In the next video, let's try to understand and learn to make super complex application like a calculator, where you would input a lot of details, you will get a lot of outputs, you will get roadmap, you will get recommendations. Though the Replit by itself will do some kind of logic building as well in the next application. So in this we are going to build a AI salary calculator. The objective of this AI salary calculator would be to provide the salary estimates of various machine learning, data science or artificial intelligence job roles. The additional complexity which I want to add in this particular application is that because every person would be coming with some skill set, based on those skill set, based on the current job profile, based on the current years of experience, the user should get 3-4 things. Number one should be the salary estimate. Number two should be free recommended courses based on the current skill set. What should be the next career trajectory? What should be the next courses which the person should do so as to improve his salary? And number three would be a career path explorer, where I want from this current job role, what should be the current action plan, what are the top 3 job roles he or she should target, and the complete roadmap for those job roles. Simultaneously, I also want to provide a salary simulator. The salary simulator will be more like to, if you learn additional skills, what could be the tentative increase of your salary. So there are a lot of functionalities, lot of logics which has to be developed, lot of understanding of salary estimate, lot of database which has to be incorporated here. Also a lot of courses, lot of content related to a salary simulation, how the skills will change the salary, everything we will incorporate in a single application, and we will try to create a very comprehensive, very UI UX appealing, very complete application through this particular lecture. So let's try to build this AI salary calculator and let's decode into the lecture. I have created this complete application end to end, which is by the name of AI salary calculator, where I am gonna calculate salary of different profile based on your job title and years of experience. And in this particular calculator, you will also see country wise salary. You can also figure out your estimated salaries. You can also see which courses you should do and your complete career progression. The best part is that I have created this complete application without any technical knowledge, without any coding knowledge, thanks to vibe coding. I am a commerce graduate. I have studied in management and I do not know even the ABC of coding, but because of tools like Replit, Windsurf, Lovable, you can create a working model of your thought processes, of your new ideas into a working condition prototype, which you can showcase to the world, which you can showcase among your friends and take feedback. So in this particular video, I'm going to teach you how did I create this particular calculator, and for your reference, you can create any kind of application today without any coding knowledge. How and what kind of apps? Like for example, if you want to create a platform for part-time jobs, or you want to create a platform to increase the efficiency of your team, or you want to create an application like to-do task list for yourself, or you want to create an application for, let's say, to figure out hangout places near your area. So any kind of application, any kind of random thought which you always think I have to try this in my personal space or professional world, you can today give that idea to a working model application through apps like Replit. So let me today teach you that step by step how to create that app, how to debug, how to test it, how to deploy it. For example, in this particular app, you can see if you are currently working in India and you select your job title, let's say currently you are working as a machine learning engineer, right? And let's say you are having an experience of 3 to 5 years. Now, what are the skills you already know? What are the top skills which you need in day-to-day life? Let's say you need Python, you need, let's say, Scala, then ML Ops, let's say PyTorch, and if there is any skill which is not written here, you can also write here. Let's say you are writing Excel, so you have written that here and you can add that. So up to 5 skills which are the most used skills, I have given this functionality to this application. You can make your application in your own customized way. Now which college you are from, let's say you are from tier 1 college, your industry you are currently working, let's say in fintech industry, you can enter your email address, because this was the purpose of my application, to collect email addresses so that we can provide them personalized roadmaps as well. And then you can see how this app calculates your salary. So now this app is showing that for this particular profile, the salary should be, let's say, around 20 lakhs to 27 lakhs. It is showing the minimum salary, maximum salary, top 10%, what is the market average, and what is the median salary. Now, if you go down, so you see there is a career path explorer where I have created 3D interactive cards. So you can see what can be the next job role. So in 2 to 3 years, you can look for senior ML engineer, where you can increase your salary till 35 lakh. You can click here and explore the path. And then after senior ML engineer, you can become staff ML engineer, where the salary would be around 45.8. And then AI engineering manager, 57.1. What should be the complete roadmap? You can see step by step progress here. And then you can go a little deeper and you can see free recommended courses. So based on your current job, based on your current skill set, what should be the skills, what should be the courses you should do, you can see here. So here you can see complete ML ops journey, building your first computer vision model, getting started with deep learning. So based on the profile, you will see recommended courses from our platform so that you can learn those. Then if you want to use salary simulator, where let's say if you add 1 year of experience in your current job role, your salary would increase around by 1.6 lakh. Let's say if you spend 2 years, then your salary would increase by 3.1. And if you learn some new skills, then your salary will increase in proportion to that. Now can you believe this whole working structure, the whole of the interface you are seeing has been created without using even the basics of coding. I have created this end to end using Replit. How can you use that? Let's try to understand. So I will go on the Replit website. Replit is a freemium model. You can use Lovable, you can use Windsurf. There are multiple vibe coding platforms these days which are very popular. So I was comfortable here, so I just went to Replit. Here there are free credits through which you can make couple of apps, and after that, if you want to make more apps, then you can probably take their paid subscription. So now the moment you log in here, you will see a screen. What do you want to make today? Hi Saurabh, what do you want to make? So here I have to give just the prompt, what kind of app I want. Now there are two ways. Number one, you can directly start giving prompt here, or else you can go to chat gpt. You can write your broad idea and ask chat gpt that write a detailed structured prompt for Replit. So like for example, I use chat gpt for my purpose. I have written a prompt that okay, I am creating an application on Replit. The app name is AI salary calculator, where people provide their work, current tech skills. Based on country, it automatically selects currency, email ID, and it shows estimated salary for various AI ML jobs. Now the requirement is that all the top tech, Gen AI roles, data science tools under the tech skills, and after the salary calculator, people are able to compare their salaries. They can see the career progression, salary simulator. Now create a prompt for Replit. The moment I hit enter, the good part about this that now chat gpt will give me more structured prompt, which will help Replit to understand my thoughts in a better way. So now if I have to give some prompt to Replit, to here it has given me the complete prompt. I have just copied this complete prompt, and whatever instruction it has given, I will just go through them. And then it has given some disclaimer as well. The moment I will give this complete prompt to Replit and I click on start building, it will start thinking. The good part about Replit is that the moment you give some input, it will not just directly start creating the app. It will think, observe, and it will also give you some additional features. So like for example, in this particular case, you can see I understand you want to build a AI salary calculator application that provides comprehensive salary estimation and career progression insights for AI ML professional. Let me create a detailed plan for this project. So it will first showcase you the plan, how it's going to start the coding, and then if there are some additional features you want, right? So you can see agents can work on these tasks after the initial version, add machine learning model for more accurate salary prediction, implement salary trend, add job market insights and demand forecasting. If there are additional features you want, you can click those features. If you do not want, you just don't click, and then you will just approve the plan and start. So you have just given a basic input, and now just see in the right hand side the app has started bringing a real time application for your overall experience. So the moment you give some input, it spends like around good 10 to 12 minutes to understand and then create the first version of your application, right? So now we have given the input. Now we will wait and see how our app looks. So now you can see on the right hand side, whatever input we gave, it created some version of the application. Now the good part or the bad part of vibe coding is that you have to test it, you have to debug it. Why? What happened is that sometimes you will give some input, it will create first version of your application, but few of the buttons you will see that it is not working. Let's say if this is a button, if it is not working, you have to say, okay, this button is not working for me, please help. So whatever challenges you face, you can fix them. So the in the first version it will take around 10 to 15 minutes, then you have to spend around 1 hour, 2 hours or 3 hours depending on the level and the scale of your application. You have to give the some input. Let's say if I will select here India, just like I showcase you data scientist, the work experience let's say 7 to 10 years, the skills you know. So if you will test it, you have to test every single step, because this is the biggest challenge of vibe coding, that sometimes there will be a lot of bugs, there will be a lot of challenges which you have to decode first, you have to debug them first, and then only you can make the app live. But you can understand the apps generally which used to take around weeks or months to develop, now today you can create the prototype within minutes or at max hours, right? So that is the best part. The moment you select, you check all the features are working fine or not. If you see that some salary estimate is not right, you just give them the input here, get the correct salary estimate, I am not satisfied. If you see, okay, this button is not working, you will just type, okay, the explore path button is not working, but here in this case it is working properly. Or if in case you feel there is some challenge, let's say the salary simulator is not working properly, the salary simulator is not showing the skills properly, you can just give that input, okay, the salary simulator is not perfect yet, can you fix it? And if we give this prompt and we see, so now the agent is thinking what are the better alternatives to make this salary simulator more enhanceful. So it is just understanding. Now you can see the chat, it is real time. I can see the salary simulator need further improvement, let me identify and fix the specific issue. First let me check the current behavior to understand what's not working properly. Now it is saying that I can address these issues: duplicate calculation, missing skill breakdown, no validation of unrealistic projection, poor UX for understanding. Now after decoding what are the issues, it will think and come up with the solution by its own. So you have just given a single prompt that the salary simulator is not working, can you fix it? And it is now going through the complete code, making it better either visually or either from the tech point of view, and you can just see the changes in real time. Now I will enhance the salary simulator display with better visual feedback and detailed breakdown. So it will take couple of minutes, make those changes, incorporate them, and that is the beauty of vibe coding today. Whatever new thoughts come, let's say you are sitting with your friends and they say, okay yaar, just try this feature, if this feature is possible in your application. You don't have to go to the tech team, or you don't have to go to lot of details to integrate those changes. You can just give that input here, okay, let's try this feature, and you can see how is it looking in your application. So this is the benefit. So at the prototype level, in a testing phase, I feel vibe coding will is going to play a lot of help for all of you. However, when the things scale up, because vibe coding is still not in advanced stage as of now, but whenever you have to try any idea, you can definitely use it. But whenever it comes to scale, or whenever it comes for a larger pool or more professional thing, definitely the real coding, the real tech knowledge helps, right? But this is more of a helpful thing for the people who are not aware about code, or who wants to take initial help to test their idea. So now it has made some changes. So if you now see, let's say we go to the same job role again and we select the skills randomly here, so you can see that now you will see a different kind of salary simulator, because we have given some input and if we see the salary estimate, it is showing some salary estimate, but the simulator you see now it is little changed. Now it is showing high impact by 30%, then 22%, then experience also changes, advanced programming 7 to 12% boost. So now it has understood a little bit more about the clusters, it has changed the dynamics here, it has changed the percentage here, because you said the salary simulator is not good. If you give the agent more feedback that okay, I don't like the colors of this application, or let's say I'm not happy with the salary estimate, or I don't want these boxes here, I want some different cards here, you can just give all the inputs here and keep pivoting, keep trying, keep experimenting different versions of your application. And once you are satisfied that okay, this is my final version of application, all the features are working properly, all the buttons are working properly, you just simply have to go to deploy feature, and then there will be option to deploy. You can simply deploy the application and the application will become live. Here I have already deployed, so it is showing that the app is live, and then the app would look like this. So now you can share this link with your friends, or you can integrate this in your website, or you can just share it with your investors, your friends and family, your colleagues, your office mates, to experiment, to take their feedback, or to test your waters if your idea is even successful or exciting for the people, or whatever you want to create. Let's say you want to create some application for internal B2B invoices, or you want to create some application for internal tracking of working hours, how many people are employed where is the efficiency gap or whatsoever. So any kind of thing you can just build here. Even you can create your databases here, and you can link it with your own internal database, or you can just use it from here itself. So I hope this is how you can make the best use of Replit or any of the other vibe coding platforms, and this is how you can experiment and learn and try to build your own application without using any coding, without using any technical knowledge. So I would recommend, if you guys can go on these platforms and create your first application. Thank you so much.